What's up, family? I'm Bilo. Welcome to Convo, another episode where we're cultivating our own narratives and we're voicing optimism. Where our stories are told directly from us. Our stories are no longer heard from someone else, he say, she say, or the news, or wherever it may come from. But where individuals get together and share their stories one on one, what they've been through, how they made it through it, and where they're at today. Personally, I have a brother here today that I've known for since I was a teenager. Had a lot of life experiences together. So I'm gonna welcome my brother Renzo to the stage to tell you a little bit about himself, his upbringing, and where he at it, things he's been through, and where he's at today.
How y'all doing, family? I'm Renzo. Just want to give y'all the enlighten on how life is and things that I've been through and how I had to change my life to where I'm at today. So, like my boy said, there's a times that we was just out here in the streets, but we choose the streets on our own. But we ain't have to do it. But we just made a way that we ain't have to ask our parents for nothing. So we just went out there and try to get some quick money, flashing, having fun in front of the ladies.
So what would you say, like, well, even before that lifestyle came about, when you feel like you had to go out and just make things happen for yourself, or before then, when you go back into your childhood, what would you say coming up as a child? Was it you had a mother father household, or was it just you, your mom, or you? How did that
I
how
mean,
did you mold into that particular
I mean, I came
lifestyle?
I came up really just like in the middle class neighborhood. My mom and my parents been together, but I choose to live with my aunt and my uncle. But at the same time, I still always go and spend time with my mom on the weekend, even though we're just right across the street. But I just wanted to live over there because I seen like that was more comfortable for my lifestyle than hanging around the crowd that I grew up with, which that we was actually staying in the Washington Village. You know, was kind of ashamed of it, but at the same time, I still watched and learned and saw how it was, and that was just different life.
So the part that made you, you rather live somewhere else for a moment than live where your mom stayed. You say it was kind of shameful. So as a kid, what that shameful? What did that feel like? How did that make you feel?
I feel like we were just actually poor, you know. And then uncle and them, they had cars. They was my great uncle really, but they had cars, nice house, stayed in an apartment. But I ain't never wanted for nothing. I'm the only child, and I had everything I wanted, even though I still choose to live over there. But at the same time,
But
I ain't had to. I wore nice clothes all the time,
you,
even though we stayed in
okay.
Washington Village.
So you
Ed
feel
Smart, Jordan down,
okay. I remember Joy. That's what's
yeah,
up. But and so
yeah,
you felt good about yourself, but just the fact that living over there made
yeah.
you
But
feel
I
a little
still hung
uncomfortable.
with my people from the village. I
Right.
still hang with them, but I just stayed on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your mentality coming up with just you and your mom and no father figure, or if there was a father figure, how did you mold into a man? What were your role models, or who were your role
I
models?
mean,
What
my
was your
uncles, my best friends, because that my best friend was like my brother. So you know we tend to teach each other how to grow and be men and try to do the right thing. But at the same time, we messed off and had fun because that was part of growing up. But we knew from right from wrong though. But everybody just had their own little way of getting into it because we got away with it.
right?
Yeah.
So your life eventually somewhere along your life. I mean, what kind of neighborhood you live? What was the you ever lived in a neighborhood where there was like crime or violence,
Oh
and you kind of
yeah.
looked up to the people that may have
Oh
been doing the wrong thing and said
oh
the
yeah.
right
I
thing?
live. Yeah. Shootouts and dope fiends going behind the building, gnawing out and stuff, stabbing. I see all that, but it was scary. But then it's supposed to be a lesson learned. But we still make wrong decisions in life because we got to find out on our own. So, but I ain't never killed nobody, or but I have done served time. So, and I learned from that. and I grew up instead of going backwards. I grew up. So
So at what age you begin to like get in trouble with the
shit,
law or something?
I was getting in trouble when I was like 16, 17, all the way to like I went to prison. I was like 35.
So
But I
you
ain't actually
so
really just like, you know, just always been in and out of jail now. Nah, but I just used to get in trouble, run from the probation, 3 or 4 years, you know what I mean? Like, and wasn't no
so
tomorrow.
why you having to live life on probation? How that affect you as a man? You got to
Uh,
live life on probation.
that's pins and needles because you don't never know when they coming. So you can't sleep, can't really go nowhere, can't do nothing. Always got to watch your back. So it really wasn't no fun. But everybody want to be free. Who wants to go to jail? So especially during that time, 16, 17, you know,
So
you think you what's happening. So you ain't finna be like going to jail.
so what age did you I mean your experience with jail actually being incarcerated?
When I went incarcerated, like I said, I was like 30, 35. I having my third child. I'm almost 6 months pregnant when I went in on a 5-year bid. And boy, I ain't know nothing about that. I ain't like going no kind of jail, doing a little 30 days and getting out. But I ain't, that was a life experience.
That was
But
scary, like a
yeah,
traumatic.
because I ain't know nothing. They sent me all the way out in Greenville. Mama ain't had no car. I'm like, I'm gonna see my people,
So,
you know.
so what's take me through that mind state,
Yeah,
brother? When you realize, I know a lot of times when we do shit, we think we always gonna get away, and that always don't be the
it
story.
don't
We
be
can
the
get away, and
story. Yeah,
somebody can tell the shit. So things happen, but we're not really expecting to see the other side. So when that moment comes, because I have experienced it, when that moment comes, you know, this is what it is. I got to go in here. It ain't no turning
ain't
back.
no turning
I
back.
got to handle my I got to handle my business. My
How
child's
you
mother
gonna?
is
Yeah.
6 months pregnant. I got 5 years. I mean, damn, what I'm gonna do?
What I was supposed to
Mama
do.
got something going on with the car. So what's going on in your head?
So I
Like,
was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. But me being a people person, knowing how to talk to people, and then the people that I knew, I met them from out of town. So and they were older. So I wasn't really running around with the young thugs with their pants hanging all down and all that. Cause I ain't never look at it like I'm gonna make this my life. I always say I'm going home, I'm going home. You know, then I started going to school, started learning how to do brick mason a little bit, carpentry license and all that. So it actually gave me a light on what I wasn't doing. I was on the streets getting it free, not going to school, cutting school, stealing cars. You know what I'm saying? Knocking on the doors, you know. But I survived because I done seen a lot of my partners ain't make it to where I'm at, and still haven't even changed. Still doing the same thing. Don't want to grow, but
so what would you say was your turning point? Yeah, I know it was fun, just having fun and you know living a life of crime sometime or working and still sometimes involved in
man, my
crime.
turning
But you know,
point was
where was it like? Damn, this is enough. You know,
when I actually went up for parole and they shot me down the first time.
how long had you been in there?
I was like 2 years in. Then,
And you
like I
thought,
said, fresh. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I get parole. You know, everybody got this jailhouse story. They got these stories. Oh man, you make it, man. You first time you never been in, you never been in no trouble. Ah, when that day they shot me down, I thought that was the end of the world.
so
So
what
I was
did as a
like,
man? What did
great.
that make? Did
So
you
then
actually?
I went, came back. So I said, all right. So I started participating more in the program.
You were in the programs
Yeah.
already though, right?
And I was going to school, you know what I'm saying? So I started going to church, reading the Bible more, started, preparing my life for this new baby coming home. So therefore, I ain't gonna let this me get paroled, not getting paroled, don't stop me from getting out the next time for parole.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
So how
bang.
much time did you have? What would you think?
I did like three straight, 3 even years
Okay.
on the five. Cause I did and dab. I ran it up one time, but that was when I was fresh coming in. I ain't
Right.
know that, but
So,
hey, so I got out thinking the same thing was gonna be like that. Oh, you get back on your feet, whoa, whoa. And that thing ain't working. None of it. Man, I know, get me a job. So shit, got me a job, quit, got another job, and then I won one job, stayed about 3 years. All of a sudden, company took over different, lost that job, and I was like rock bottom. Lost a job and car all in the same day.
Yeah,
Boom.
damn.
So my uncle said, man, you ain't doing that, man. Come on out here to California. So shit, I was like, man, I ain't going to California. And my mom was like, you might as well go. I was like, well, leaving you, I ain't, outside of me with you all my life. I just can't just be like that. Like, boy, you gotta do something. So I said, you're right. So I went to California, stayed out there for like 4 years and some change. Came here, stuck with the pandemic. After that happened, got me a job. And shit, I've been working there for 5.5 years I've been here. So, I think I did good as I coming up and going down, getting back up. But you always got to stay positive.
So if you could go back and probably change, first of all, when you left, you said I don't forget the age, but you had to leave your mom. And you're like, hold on, I've been with you all my life.
Yeah.
I got it.
I
So
was,
that was a
yeah,
hard decision. Was that a hard decision?
I was 40 something.
You were 40 something, but that was still a hard decision because you've been with her all your life.
Yeah, because they were just me and her,
Right.
Then my pops died during the time when I was in the penitentiary. That was another hard pill to swallow. Yeah, a year before I was coming home, he died in '04. I came home in '05. But I did get to see him before then, but other than that, but that was tragedy. But
So you had to go through that. You had to experience that while you were incarcerated.
by
So
yourself.
how did that impact you? Where did you go to find some
So
peace while you were already locked up?
I had knew one of my partners from the street, and we was real tight. And then we held each other down, so that got me through it. But yeah,
Were you able to go to the funeral?
no, I went to the funeral home, just me and the immediate family. But yeah, 'cause I was on the A yard, so I went behind the fence. So yeah. But that was a blessing. So, but
Looking back over life at this age, after going through what you've gone through, and in the job now, and at peace, have a home, you married. Looking back, what would you have done different? You think if you could go back and make any kind of change?
Well, what I would have done different, I wouldn't have took so time of my life off and just actually stayed focused. And then I'd have had more credit than I got now because everything you pay for cash then. So now you know that if I knew then when I was getting, then I knew I would have saved. That way I could have been a little bit more comfortable where I am though. But like I say, it's a lesson learned. Got to stay positive. You'll get it.
So a person is coming up now and saying, man, shit, goddamn, talking that shit. He talking about, his day and time, what he did, how the younger generation may view certain wisdom that you get to, and they may view it and say, think that's old school shit. Ain't nobody doing it like that no more. But everything, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that's happened, been happened before. They might put a little twist on it, but the same thing that's going on now was going on back then, and we look at it now from different eyes. So we like, damn, how the hell can they do this, or how can they do this certain
Yeah.
thing? But we had certain things that we did ourselves that were looked at, that was probably looked down upon. But we ain't give a damn.
We ain't care, but we had smarter ways of doing it. See, these little youngsters now, they don't think before they do shit. We plan out that what we gonna do before, what I'm saying, we just don't out and do it. And that's how that they get so caught up in this thing they can just do what they want to do. But personally, you got to have the smart if you're gonna be doing some shit. You got to be smart
some
about it.
people, you're right, but some people don't even. I mean, they may not be educated about it. They do stuff that might be considered crazy as hell. But if you go back and you look where they coming from, or look at their family, their mama like that, their daddy like that, their granddaddy was like that. So now we look at it as looking at it with different eyes. You may look at him now like, okay, he fucked up, but I can't just look at him and call him dumb, stupid, or whatever because It's
Cause
gonna take something. He just ain't came into the
he came into the
never
light
able to,
yet.
yeah, he ain't been the whole
Yeah,
environment been around this
yeah.
facility. So that's what I'm kind of that's what this podcast is for too, really, to just like, okay, this everyday people go through everyday situations, you know. We stumble, we fall, we crawl, we get back up,
Get back up.
we keep moving. And wherever you're at today, you know, can be your success story. You don't have to have a mansion and all that shit. But what you have now is more than what you've had yesterday or the day before.
Yesterday and
You
the
have
day
something to be
before.
grateful for. So we a lot of times we spend many of our years chasing the fantasy, you know, whether it be, you know how it is to be young and chase women and to have money and to really be enjoying life. Everybody loves that. Everybody would love to live that life, but it depends on how you live that life. We can live it in such a fast way that in 1 second it's gone,
It gone.
and we're in a whole nother world like he spoke of. I'm going to prison now. I don't know how to face this. It been me and Mama riding this thing out. So how am I face some prison? What's this about?
Prison.
But being able to go through there and go and realize why I was in there, and not let the system just gobble him up, but realize this ain't my home. I'm not gonna perform to this environment, to this behavior. I have a kid on the way who's gonna be born while I'm incarcerated. So I mean, I know the brother personal story, personal history. We, like I say, many of these moments we shared together. This is family. So I reached out to him to show to show everybody that
It's a
men can come
change,
together,
yeah.
sit down and talk about certain issues and not be judgmental toward one another. But men coming together just to be able to talk about things that they want to talk about. Some things you may not be able to talk to your wife about. Sometimes you may not be able to talk to certain people
And
about. But
certain
we
people
just
about
show
it.
here that men is uncommon, but it should be common that men sit down and
You
chop
come
it up
together,
sometimes.
come together, chop it up.
And not only that, to share our lives with the world, to show that
Yeah,
whatever
girl,
you
good
may go
shit.
through or whatever you may be going through, whatever you've been through, hey, it ain't the end.
And then we living proof. Me too. Living proof. We
But
done
don't
been there.
a long way, and we
And
still here today.
we still here today. Over 20 some years. Can't break that bond. It might can break the chain, but it can't break the bond.
Where we at? Where we at right
We're in
now?
Cucamonga Lounge right here.
This your job?
This is part of the project that my successful has I have grown.
Okay.
So this is my game room, and whatever goes down, it goes down. Yeah. So
What, you want to shoot a game or something?
we can shoot some pool or something. Let her know. Yeah. How we used to do it back in the day, evidence.